Hey everyone, how are you guys doing today? Today is diary entry 21. We'll say it's 21. If it's not, I will correct it in the description box below. I'm sorry I haven't filmed. It's been so busy with the holidays, and I've just been doing my best to really find time to create, but also rest and spend time with my friends and my family, and also just enjoy the holidays and just really kind of unplug from my phone. And I feel like the more I've been focused on doing my best to be present and focusing on the things in the moment, I feel like I'm happy that I'm more off my phone, just because I feel like every day now, when I'm somewhere or if I'm with friends, someone is constantly just on their phone, and I'm like, what is the point of you wanting to hang out and wanting to be present if you're not even going to be present? It frustrates me. And I know I can't talk too much because there's times where I have been on my phone a lot, but I feel like the more I'm practicing to get off of it, I feel like it's helped so much, just because I feel like when you're not present and you're not aware of what's actually going on, you kind of just enter the conversation and you're like, oh wait, what? And then people are like, okay, well, you're obviously not listening because you're on your phone. One, it's really rude. So if I've ever done that too, I apologize. Two, I'm so sorry. You guys are probably gonna see it cut off because my phone wants to be dumb and say I have no storage, which I do. I don't understand. So I apologize. Basically all I was saying was that I'm doing my best to really just be present and in the moment when I'm hanging out with people, and I do my best to really just kind of put my phone in my bag and just leave it there, unless I'm showing you something, or unless I have to just check the time, or as far as just not really having to do anything on it, I'll just leave it alone, because I'm trying to spend time with people. I'm trying to engage in conversation and actually be in the moment with these people and create this memory. Why do I feel so winded? Oh my god, I'm out of shape. That's why I gotta work out or continue working out. But other than that, I've just been really doing my best to really figure out where my next step is going to be, as far as my career, work, school, my personal relationships, and my family member relationships, or my connection with my family, and my projects that I'm doing. And I feel like I don't want to overwhelm myself completely to the point where I'm not able to do this or able to do my podcast. It sucks because I do my best to get up early to get all these things done and out of the way before I have to go to work, and I feel like I don't ever really have time because I'm constantly trying to get these things done. And it sucks because I'm I have so much things I want to get done. With my podcast episodes, it's hard to fully just sit there and be able to just record, because I would only have an hour or an hour and a half to really sit there and get out what I need to, or if I don't like it, just re-record it again, because I don't want to edit or anything. Excuse me. And so it sucks because I'm doing all these things to really kind of fit in this time crunch, and it sucks because I feel like I'm not being able to really fully authentically put my whole self and heart into it. And so that's why I try to find gaps where I can do that, because I don't want it to ever come off scripted or unauthentic, because then it's not who I am, and it's not who, I guess, what my brand is, or whatever you want to call it. And so I'm doing my best to really figure out a really lenient but also organized schedule to where I can do all of this on top of doing what I need to throughout the day, just for my overall well-being. So just be patient with me, because I had to be patient with myself sometimes. But I've been really focused on just myself and bettering myself and really just going about my day and not letting things from the past, try to come back, or things that I'm like overwhelming myself in the future that I have no control of yet. So I'm like, or at all actually. And so it's been busy, but I've been really good. My days have been so good, and there is moments like for obviously the holidays, I was a little sad because when you spend a holiday with someone or multiple holidays with someone, not having them the next year kind of just feels a little empty. And even though I'm sad, I still hope for him to be happy and for him to have happy holidays with his family and enjoying the times that they get to spend together. And I don't know where that friendship, relationship, whatever it is gonna end up, but I will always cherish him, and I care about him, and I will always want him to just be happy and to be healthy. And if that is what it ends up being at the end of the day, of me just loving him from afar, then I accept it, and I'm letting it be, because I have spent so much time holding on to people that I feel maybe if the roles were reversed, they wouldn't be holding on to me. And as much as that hurts to think about or feel, it's not in my control, and it's not who I am. If someone ever wants to walk out of my life, I'm not gonna ever be the one to push them out, or I'm not gonna be the one to ever say, yeah, go ahead, leave. No, I am someone who will fight to keep you, but at the end of the day, it's not my choice to keep you around. It's your choice whether you want to stay in my life or not. And I'm not ever going to continue begging and fighting for someone that obviously, has made up their mind about what they want to do. Not saying that he's made up his mind if he wants to leave or not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, previously I've really begged a lot of people to stay in my life, and now I'm at a point where I'm not going to beg anymore. There's no point in me begging. Me begging is just going to make it draw out longer, which is only going to hurt me even more down the road. And so I'm just at a point where, if people choose to stay in my life, great. Like, I would love to keep you in my life, but if they also choose to leave, then I'm gonna wish you the best, and I'm gonna wish you positivity and love and whatever else you need or want in your life. And I don't see the point anymore of holding grudges, or being malice, or holding negativity, or grudges against someone, because it doesn't do anything. It's literally poison inside you that's just filling your heart with all this like animosity, and I'm not gonna do that. But other than that, I'm just very happy and content where I am in my life right now. And the other day I was at a friend's miss, which is basically like a friend's Christmas, and someone that I first met when I was going to school, we had a moment where we didn't really talk much for a while, but like we would still see each other, be cordial, say hi, whatever. And after a while, we talked, and we were opening up about things, and they opened up to me about something of why they had kind of distanced themselves from me. And we kind of talked about both sides of the story and like explained like what was going on. And when we both came to like the agreement, like it was just like miscommunication and like people giving misleading information, we ended up like being like okay again. And so the other day we were talking at Friends Miss, and it really touched my heart that they were saying like throughout this like whole quarantine thing, and like you really like going through it this past year, like you really seem like you are doing your best to really better yourself and heal yourself. Like the fact that you're going on like social medias and like posting these videos and like really allowing people to see what it's like for you to struggle. She said it's honestly such a beautiful sight to see for me. She goes, because that's what I've been doing this whole time. I've been working on myself and really, healing past traumas and, just really doing my best to better my life. Excuse me. And so that means a lot to me because, yes, to me at least, it's small but great progress for me. But for someone else to see it and for someone else to point it out and say, like, yeah, like, there are times where, like, I want to give up and you'll post, like, a quote or something on Instagram. And when I see it, it's just kind of like, well, damn, like, I needed to see this. And this just makes me so much more happier to, like, want to push out this podcast and to push out these videos and to really, continue posting all these quotes and, like, mantras that I post, because I don't ever know what people are going through. Like, I have my own personal problems that I'm going through, but me posting that is just so it could reach somebody like it's been doing. Like, I don't see the point of why you would want to do something as far as like this, trying to help people for views or for clout or for whatever it is that you're doing that's not intentionally wanting to help people. Like, for people that would maybe do this just because they want to like get views and like be famous or whatever it is that their end goal is from it, why would you, like, what is the point of that? Like, if you're really doing this genuinely to like help people or to reach people or to connect with people or to, create a community, like, why would you not want that? Like, that, to me, it would be so much more rewarding than you being considered famous or social media famous or a social, what do they call it, a social influencer or whatever you call it. That, like, that's horrible. Like, that, where's the happiness from that? Like, that would not make me happy ever. So it just makes me want to continue doing things like this. And with this new year coming up, I really, really want to continue doing my best to spread positivity and to spread like warmth and love to people. And I've been reading, what is it called? The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's a Toltec wisdom book. One of my friends, who I've been friends with since like kindergarten or like preschool, she saw that I was reading a book and she recommended these books to me. And the minute I started reading it, like, the stuff that they talk about just makes so much sense. And the chapter I read today is called, I think, The First Agreement. And it's about being impeccable with your word. And I'm not going to go full into it just because I would rather you read it for yourself and, take from it for yourself. Because, when someone is reading something, I feel like it's up to your own interpretation to take what it is that you need from it. Just like if you're looking at art or if you're watching a choreography or whatever you take from it is for you, which is what you needed to take from it, if that makes sense. But it just talks about how, the minute you speak something, it's spoken into existence. And it's crazy how much you will sit there and think about past things that you've said, and you don't realize how impactful it is on somebody's mentality and someone's mind. And it's so, I don't even have a word to describe it, because it really opens your eyes more to realize, like, I should really be careful about the things that I say to people and say about people. Like, there's a line in the book, in the chapter that I just read, that says something about we grew up in a society that gossip is one of the main forms of our communication. And he starts explaining about all these things, and I'm just sitting there reading it, and I'm like, wow, like, it's kind of true. Like, you don't realize how much, especially when you're younger and you're still growing and learning to be mature, like, you don't realize how much you really are impacting someone by gossiping. And it basically, he describes it as poison, and it is. You're poisoning yourself, first of all, emotionally and mentally, but you're also poisoning and adding more poison to somebody else that maybe has grown up hearing certain things, and then you're also enforcing that. You're adding to it. You're basically locking down and really professing what they've been already told. And it's such a great book. Like, I honestly am so blessed that I was given this as a Christmas gift, because I mean, either way I still would have bought it, but it's just such a good book. And I'm trying not to read it all in one day because it's not that big, and I want to be able to, read it and take it in. So I'm doing my best to just like read a chapter a day. But it's really interesting, and it just really makes you think a lot about how you want to grow, but also how you want to start communicating with people, like how you want to be aware of how you communicate with people and how you say these specific words. And it's so interesting to me, and I feel like it's gonna really help me personally with my growth, and help me personally be able to start watching about the things that I say, and really make me a better person overall with how I want to spread positivity and love with my own words, and words to myself specifically. Like, it just, all I can say is it's a great book. I really hope you guys can like at least read it. If not, find it online. I know there's ways that you can find it online, but I'm not gonna say that because I don't want to get in trouble by YouTube. But Christopher is just pushing through. He's doing his best to strive, and he's doing his best to really, tackle all these things that I am finally aware of and finally getting through. And it feels so good to have this sense of relief and this sense of clarity. And the only way up from here is up. That was so bad. But it's true. And I'm gonna keep making these diary entries because I want these to reach someone, to hear how far I've come since the beginning of these freaking entries. And I'm just in a very good place, and I am so grateful and humbled to be where I am today, because without my support system I probably would not. And that in itself is very impactful to me, because being in such a low place to the point where you don't want to exist is very difficult. And it has such a strain on your life, and it has such a strain on everything that you are doing your best to survive. And it's being in a dark place like that is awful, and it feels awful. And there's days where you just have to get up and just live. And recently I've seen a couple of posts on TikTok that really have spoken to me, and I even started following this girl who I feel is so brave for making these videos to just spread her love and positivity of her last days, because she is unfortunately passing away from this illness that she's lived with all her life. And just watching how happy she is and how positive she is, even though she's basically leaving this earth, is just so inspiring. And it makes you want to really be grateful for the life you're given, and the health and the body you're given, and really just want to live each day like you're gonna die. And sorry, I didn't mean to get all emotional. I need to stop apologizing too. That's something that I really need to work on, is stop saying sorry. But it just made me very grateful for everything that I have and everything that I've been blessed with. Even my health, I could be a lot healthier, but being able to even get up every day and being able to walk and being able to eat and speak, you really start realizing how blessed and grateful you are for everything that you've been given. And so practice gratitude, practice being humble and love and self-love, and being just a good person, even if people are shitty or crappy to you. Love them, show them what it's like to be a good person. Maybe you might be that person that could add something to them that will want them to change or want them to be a nicer person. You know, and I do my best to always remember, you know, I don't know what someone's going through, even if they're in a bad mood, even if, you know, they're being rude or whatever the case is. They're probably going through something that I probably don't know about or have never experienced. And, you know, I do my best to just be compassionate with people. So I'm going to leave you guys on that. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I appreciate and am very humbled for all the support that I still get from these videos and the love that I get for these videos. And we're just going to keep going and living life. And I hope you guys stick around, and I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next entry.